Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius August 30th, 2022. With your ruler, Venus, aligning with Uranus today, you're turning your attention to areas of life that could use some change, updates, and a more progressive approach. The sudden urge to push boundaries can figure strongly now. Intimate relationships or feelings are likely to heat up suddenly, or this is a time when you awaken to feelings you've buried or denied. You may need to pull yourself out of your comfort zone just a little to get what you want or deserve, but the results can be fantastic. Whether these involve people, objects, or situations, sudden or unconventional whims, desires, and attractions can take hold today. It's a time for being bold about taking care of yourself and your needs, but it may be best to save the more significant decisions for a time when you've processed your feelings. Things are spicing up in your love life, and that's an understatement. For instance, whether you're single, crushing, or already romantically involved, it's not every day your luscious planetary ruler, Venus, collides with spontaneous Uranus, not to mention via your intimate 8th house of sex, mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections. If you're already committed, this could definitely shake things up, and in an unexpected way. Granted, you could always opt for indulging in your unconventional delights, as long as your cutie pie's on board, of course. Others of you could discover a new fantasy or sexy fetish, in the most unpredictable way. Financial twists and turns could come out today as Venus conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. With these two planetary energies blending, you may not feel as secure in your investments, resources, or even debt. But this is not a bad thing. The conjunction could allude to a sudden inheritance of money or property. It may also refer to an investment finally paying off. Some of your debt could go in an unexpected direction, like paying off the last bit of it or even accepting new debt as part of a financial decision. That the moon is not only spending the sun's last full day in your work sector in your income sector but at a friendly aspect is a win/win for income and money matters. This first visit since Pluto's retrograde turn puts the moon, income matters, and the untapped potential you now have better access to in harmony with the sun's focus on where you are going on the job front. Your family doesn't seem to be supporting you as much as usual. Instead, they are critical now and then. Don't go on the offensive, but listen carefully to what they are saying. Who knows, their objections may be justified. It's better to discuss this with friends, as they see matters more objectively. You need to be patient with that one prospect. If they're slow making up their mind, that also means they'll stick with you if they decide you're the right one. Let things slide for a little while. Being tested, you seek proof as to whether the decisions you made regarding your love life are correct. It's possible others make you aware of having made a mistake. This is a good time to reevaluate your situation. Remain calm, be optimistic about the future and let events unfold. Better times are on the way. The transit of the day makes you notice your successes more than your failures, and that's a great thing. Revel in all the things you do well that don't necessarily get noticed or praised by other people. You can affect your self-esteem just by letting in a bit of praise from your own internal voice. Congratulate yourself for getting in some yoga, for making a healthy meal, for communicating honestly with a friend. These are the things that create a healthy life. Today is the day to get new and innovative things happening. Yours is a compassionate life path personality, and this isn't always easy for you. It brings a greater responsibility when it comes to helping others. However, by allowing your natural creativity to flow freely, you can't help but introduce better ways of doing things. With the day's vibration happening, you are encouraged to start something new. Go for it. Don't let shyness or a fear of rejection or failure hold you back. Daily Planetary Overview. The new moon occurs this morning with an exact connection between the sun and moon in Virgo. Our emotions will heighten. We can expect erratic moods that seem out of our control to take hold of our hearts and minds. We all want to feel something new, but the fact is that we should apply it to our lives in a practical way that benefits our future. This energy can be refreshing when it comes to taking calculated risks, seeking mild adventures, and applying it to inventive creative outlets. Because your mind is seeing things from a different perspective, the artist in you blossoms and wants to emerge. The caveat is that you might not be able to see situations clearly at the moment. It's advisable to take a step back from matters before reacting. The moon blocks intuition from coming to the surface, so you should rely on facts and make your decisions based on verifiable truths. Finally, we continue to celebrate Virgo this week when the new moon is in that earthy sign on Saturday. As we get ready for the upcoming lunar cycle, this is an ideal time to improve your life as the seasons change. Though make sure that the self-improvement you're doing doesn't turn into an obsession to become perfect. Your best is good enough. Just after midnight, the Virgo moon squares Mars in Gemini, stimulating agitation. This aspect has a part to play in the Virgo new moon. It encourages us to mindfully temper our emotions and reasonably manage our expectations. We must be aware of our bandwidth now. Note your personal capacity for physical exertion, intellectual boundaries, and emotional regulation. Keeping our impulses in check allows us to use our energy in much wiser ways, but at present, forces beyond our control test our patience. Immediately following this aspect's perfection, the Virgo new moon suggests setting intentions to restructure lifestyle habits that have become counterproductive to the health of our nervous system. We may be holding on to limiting beliefs regarding how much we must be doing, and how much we should be sacrificing ourselves, to be considered a productive members of society. Pushing ourselves to our physical, mental, or emotional limits is never wise, and we may have finally arrived at a point of exhaustion and frustration signaling that changes must be made. We would have a much harder time identifying the issues in need of correction if this moon was not square to Mars, provoking stress. In the darkness of the new moon, we can contemplate our healing and wellness objectives, and methods for their attainment. Sticking to detailed work without getting bogged down in tedious distractions is critical to our process now. We must be equally conscious of what we wish to manifest as what we wish to eliminate to declutter our internal and external landscapes.